Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we've got another discussion based video. Today's topic is, can Celtic stop Rangers' unbeaten league run? But before we get into the video, please make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new, as we do cover a lot of Scottish football. Okay, so let's get into the video. Can Celtic stop Rangers' unbeaten league run? Look, unbeaten in a league is a very, very good achievement, even for, 32 games currently that Rangers have done it. But before I wanted to answer this question, I just wanted to go into times where it's been done before in Scottish football. In 1897-98, Celtic went unbeaten for the first time in Scottish football history, and the first time in their history, of course, winning the domestic season, the whole 18 games, and going unbeaten. Then a year later, Rangers did the same, but they won every single game, and I think are to this day the only team that have done a perfect season where you win all of your games and have no draws. And then 116 years later, as you all know, Brendan Rodgers' Celtic side did do the Invincibles and amassed 104 points and did a domestic treble, and kind of the first team to do it over the 38 games in Scottish football. But a lot of the players and a lot of fans said they'll probably never see it again, because we waited all those years for it to happen. It happened. And look, Rangers are now 6 games away from also doing it, and if they win all 6 of their games, they equal the Brendan Rodgers points tally from that 2017 season. So could we see it? As I say, Rangers have had a really, really good season, as I say, domestically unbeaten. They lost their first game at home and the first game in Europe actually last night at the time of recording against Slavia Prague, which is an emphatic feat. It's been really, really good. They've won the other 2 old firms as well, so really, really good achievements throughout the whole of the season, and they won the league with 7 games to spare, which I think is a record in itself. But look, Celtic have got stuff to prove. They've had a subpar season, really haven't been at the race, I guess. And things haven't looked up really since then. I mean, their last game was over 2 weeks ago, well, just 2 weeks ago against Dundee United, where obviously they drew at Tannadice 0-0 and allowed Rangers to win the league. And it's been, I mean, I guess they've just had to let that stew over that time, I suppose. However, look, they could have used that prep time, this 2 weeks time to prep for this old firm. So are Celtic ready? They will want to get this done. If they want to salvage something, it's their invincible record. It's not allowing Rangers to equal the points amassed. As I said, Celtic, that's the same group of players that did it, really, the invincible. So they will want to stop Rangers from doing it. So they will go gun-ho on Sunday, you believe me. As for Rangers, just come off the back, as I said, off that 2-0 loss the first of the season. However, people will say, have Rangers got anything to play for anymore? As I said, they have got the Invincibles. I know it's not an official trophy, supposedly. They've already won the league. What have they got to play for? But it's the Old Firm derby. It's always going to happen. It's a massive game. The players are up for it. They know how much it means for the fans. So they're not going to let this one sleep. And it's a good game to bounce back from that one in Europe on Thursday, obviously going down to 9 men. So I'm really looking forward to it in general. Just before I give you my take on what I think is going to happen or what I think the score is going to be, I just want to go through the previous Old Firm games and try and give you a bit of background and build what the score has been. In the last 3 games, Rangers have won. The last one was obviously at Ibrox, where Rangers won 1-0. I don't think they had a shot on target, which was crazy. The other one was at Parkhead in October, where they won 2-0, and then they obviously beat Celtic in 2019. Obviously, coronavirus stopped the last 2 old firms last season, but the last one before that was at Celtic Park in December, just before the turn of the new year, where Rangers won 2-1, before obviously the season capitulated. The last Celtic win in an old firm, we have to go all the way back to the Betfred Cup final back in December 8th, 2019, and the last league victory for Celtic was on September 1st, 2019. So it's been a bit of a while now since Celtic has won an old firm. It's been a long way since 3 years ago, where they were pumping Rangers 5-0 at home. So it's a crazy one, that. Yeah, but as you can see, unfamiliarly, we've not seen a draw in the old firm since March 12th, 2017, which is crazy, when Clint Hill got the equaliser. And just on the law of averages, that brings me to my verdict. I personally think this one's going to be a draw. The reason why I think it's going to be a draw is as I just said, the law of averages. We've not had a draw in a long time in an Old Firm. Secondly is Celtic just haven't been up the races this season. However, they'll have a point to prove and try and beat Rangers. I also think they have the home advantage, so that's what goes their way. But they've also not played for 2 weeks, which can go. I don't know if they've had a bounce game or something at Lennoxtown, but I don't think that plays into Celtic's favour too well. As for Rangers, it's at Celtic Park, so it's an away game. They've got a point to prove as they want to bounce back from that disappointing one in Europe. And yeah, I think they do want the invincible record themselves anyway. I know they've won the league, but yeah, I think it just has a draw written all over it, to be honest. And I'm going to go 1-1. But yeah, that's my score prediction. But guys, as I said, this is a discussion-based video. I hope you've learned something anyway. But get your score predictions down there below. How do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be a Celtic win? Is it a Rangers win? Or are you going with me, a draw? So it's a weird one. But either way, guys, we'll be here live on the channel from Sunday at 11 AM for the build-up. Obviously, we do live streams on this channel, so make sure you do tune in for the Rangers v Celtic live stream. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Or should I say Celtic versus Rangers? It's Celtic versus Rangers at Parkhead. So make sure you tune in, guys. Like this video and subscribe. Take care. Look after yourself. See you on Sunday. Peace.